Welcome everyone to the Jewelry Call. It is July 15th and we are doing a smackdown, like Carrie says, of Richelieu and Marvella jewelry. They do a lot of pearls, so we're going to talk a lot about pearls today and comparison between the two companies. So she gave me Richelieu and I'm going to do a little breakdown on Richelieu first and then a little comparison between the two companies, and then she's going to talk more about Marvella. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so again, Richelieu is an American company founded in New York, and it was by Joseph Mayer and Brothers in Brooklyn in 1911. So it's been around a long time. It later merged with Richelieu in 1933 and then became part of Lisner Richelieu Corporation in the 70s, which I didn't know. And then in the 2000s, Richelieu gradually phased out. As of 2003, a representative from Victoria and Company confirmed that the Richelieu brand was no longer in use. So I pulled up here on First Dibs some of the, just to get a kind of an overview of what they look like. And there's not a whole lot of Richelieu on here, but as you can see, there's pearls in every one of these pieces. That isn't the case across the board, but the ones we see the most usually have pearls in them. And they were popular between the 1940s and 60s. That was their prime time. So on the right side here, I have a couple ads from that time. And it actually says here on the right one, Richelieu Cultured Pearls, Nature's Finest. And then that made me think, did they actually do real pearls or cultured pearls? And the left one here is just a regular pearls, regular fake pearls, I should say. And this is what the marks look like. So imitation and cultured pearls, they have a high luster faux pearl with this, either one of these signatures. They might have more, but these are the only two I found. And they were produced to mimic real cultured pearls impressively well. They sometimes produce cultured pearls, though the brand became most recognized for costume versions. So if you find one and you think it might be real, it could be, but it's very slim chance that it was cultured. Most of them are made with a glass core, so that's how they make them look so real nowadays. Here's a pair of clip-on earrings, and I brought up some clip-on earrings just to kind of get an overview again of what some of their clip-on earrings look like. Almost all of them have a pearl associated with them in some form or fashion. Again, not all, even these have real little tiny pearls. So they were known for their pearls. And the prices aren't real high, not at all. And then brooches. On the right here, we have one that is one of their highest priced ones that sold on eBay, and it's just full of rhinestones. And the one on the right is one of the highest priced ones. So I'm going to bring them up. The one on the left, the green rhinestone one, sold for 145, and the fleur-de-lis brooch with the pearls sold for 112. But as you look through a lot of the highest, I have this sorted highest to lowest. The highest ones all have these animal shapes to them. So that must be a little more rare for Richelieu. There's a couple full rhinestone ones, 45. It drops drastically in price pretty fast. This person apparently lost out on a high price sale. It sold for 33, where this one sold for 112. I guess if you don't price it high, you don't know. And here was a real pretty picture of the faux pearls necklace where you can see the pearls so nice and clear. And glass pearls. Okay, now we're going to just discuss a little bit about the glass pearls. So they're coated with a pearlescent substance, and it's often fish scale, derived essence deorient, or similar to create a realistic luster. And you say, what? What was that? I had to read this a couple times to figure out what they were talking about. So I searched essence deorient. And what they're saying is this is a natural substance extracted from the guanine crystals in fish scales. And when it's suspended in a solution, usually alcohol or another solvent, these crystals create a pearly opalescent liquid. And then this liquid is layered onto the glass beads to simulate the look of real pearls. So how is that made? Well, fish scales, which are mainly from the bleak fish, are collected and cleaned. The guanine is a crystalline compound extracted by soaking the scales, and the extract is suspended in a medium to create a shimmering solution, and that solution is coated layer by layer onto the glass beads. And after drying and polishing, the result is a full pearl bead with realistic luster and iridescence. Apparently this was done in layers, so coated layer by layer. That's the difference, I think, between Richelieu and Marvella, is that Richelieu did layer over layer. Why it was used in jewelry? It was invented in the 1600s in France, but used heavily in the 19th and 20th centuries for high-end faux pearls. Brands like Richelieu, Marvella, and Miriam Haskell use this essence deorient to produce these realistic pearls before the plastic alternatives existed. The effect was so convincing that well-made glass pearls could rival real cultured pearls in appearance. And modern use, it's still used in some high-end imitation pearls, though today many companies use synthetic pearlescent coatings instead, which is mica or bismuth oxychloride. True essence deorient is rare due to ethical and sourcing concerns with fish products. So Richelieu is known for their high-quality imitation pearls with excellent nacre like sheen, weight, and durability, the characteristics typical of glass core faux pearls. And then in the mid 20th century, especially the 40s to the 60s, glass was the preferred material for fine costume pearl jewelry, and Richelieu followed that standard. Now, the acrylic and plastic pearls were occasionally used later, especially in the 70s to the 80s, but their more affordable lines and statement pieces were where this showed up, and they were noticeably lighter and less lustrous. So in Richelieu, what is most sought after? It's the animal brooches and their costume faux pearls. I do have some comparison charts between Richelieu and Marvella. Both these companies were started in 1911, and Richelieu became part of Lisner Richelieu Group, and Marvella became part owner with Trifari and Monet in the 80s. They're both known for refined glass faux pearls. Richelieu's got more of an elegant styling, where Marvella is a more classic style. And they both used high quality faux glass pearls, not plastic, and are similar in weight and finish, but Marvella often had a smoother, more uniform surface, or where Richelieu pearls could have a slightly more realistic look with subtle imperfections and warmer tones. I guess that's one way to tell, because they're both so similar. Again, the design differences kind of covered that. Marvella is more classic, Richelieu is more elegant. Richelieu did make multi-strand necklaces, where Marvella did more single and double strand necklaces, and often solo pieces. Richelieu used more decorative clasps, where Marvella used hidden push clasps or filigree style metal. Richelieu was named obviously Richelieu and Marvella Marvella. The values will, we can kind of cover on the eBay solds a little bit better than what AI brings up because half the time it's not right. Uh, Richelieu, in summary, has more of a high luster glass, realistic finish as it's made in layers. And Marvella is of a smooth, silky look. And again, the elegant and the classic differences. So I pulled up here. If you looked at these two side by side and didn't see the tag, would you be able to tell the difference? They're pretty hard to tell the difference, in my opinion. You got to look and feel the weight. Both are glass core, so they're both going to have a weight to them. I actually feel like glass has a little more weight than shells. So if they're real, they might even be a little bit light. Blue might feel denser due to thicker grains. So if you don't have anything to compare it to, it's really going to be hard just by holding and feeling the weight. If you rub lightly, I know internet's not cooperating. Rub lightly or inspect the holes. Richelieu pearls may go slight coating irregular, smooth because it's thinner. And even the shape variation, Richelieu may have asymmetry while Marvella pearls are near perfect rounds. Richelieu not in pearl,
Your
especially
internet is
during
upset,
the,
Lynn.
what's that?
Your internet is upset. Yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
Hang on one second.
One thing to note is because they use that fish coating, I've said before that like the rubbing on your teeth thing doesn't always work, and it's that fish coating that will feel gritty, so you can't always tell.
Okay, he's plugging in the internet. Hopefully that'll help. Can you hear me any better? I'm
Yep.
almost done. Okay, so one more time, Richelieu and Marvella frequently used hand knotting between pearls and on high quality strand necklaces, especially during their peak time between the 40s and the 70s. However, all their pieces were not necessarily knotted. It depends on the era and the quality level. So in summary, if you think about Richelieu, it's more of a glamorous and dressy, and they might include rhinestones and stuff like that in their necklaces and pieces, where Marvella is more timeless and classy and simple. So what did I have here? I just brought up more pictures of Richelieu just to get an idea what their necklaces look like. They had decorative clasps. They did multi-layers, a lot of 3-layer. And that's basically about it that I have on Richelieu and the comparisons. I'll let you do Marvella.
Exciting. Well, you did the side by side, so Marvell is not very exciting. And it's a lot similar. And like you said, like I didn't know it was bought by Trafari. That was interesting to me. I had no idea that they were a thing, but I think their heyday was at the same time as the Richelieu was in the 60s. And when people were kind of going after that glamorous, the glamorous look with the faux pearls, and I haven't ran across any of either that I thought were real or that I was sure was real or anything like that. So maybe I just haven't seen them. But if they made it, they did. But we got to watch for that fish grit, because it does mimic the feel of real pearls if you're doing rubbing on your teeth thing. So we want to make sure that we don't always just rely on that. But I think Marvella tends to hold a slightly higher value on the resale market. Maybe not a lot, but I think it does sometimes edge out a little bit more than the Richelieu does, and the pieces with the rhinestones, the ornate pieces can stand out as well. I'm going to share my screen because I think the more higher pieces, and I think Lynn touched on this, is the stuff that we don't think of them making for the, like, maybe aren't the faux pearls, but the higher priced items, when you look them up, are the things that, you know, yes, this has pearls, but it's got a big focal point. Right? So yes, it's pearled, but it's got the butterfly on the end. So it's not just plain pearls. And then it has the Bill Smith by the Richelieu, and it says a lot of the higher priced of this is the ones, the collaboration, or I guess it's not a collaboration, it's just the artist for that. So those were the highest end ones of that I could find. Otherwise we're in the mid 50s. You'll do pretty good if you get a mid 50s for either one there. This one's a really nice condition, but it's got that statement piece. It's not just the faux pearls. So that's just something to think about. And like these, you would not necessarily think was, you know, was that brand, but it is. So it's different, and everybody likes snakes and serpents and all that good stuff. So thinking outside of the box of just the faux pearls. Same way with, this is Marvella. This is the highest price set I found. Then no faux pearls. So it's just rhinestones. So if you find something that's not faux pearls and that, it might be worth giving it a look. But there's the signature. It's just the plain Marvella signature. And they have a Christmas tree. And the Christmas tree really doesn't look all that spectacular, but the prices that it sold for are very spectacular. So if you find a Marvella Christmas tree, you might want to give it a second look. And if you don't price it right, now I'll know that I need to be looking for these and pick them up for 20 bucks. And the Marvella had a line of like the Chinese, the faux jade line, and 150 bucks just for the earrings. And then they also had a brooch, and I think they had a bracelet too. So look for the, you know, out of the ordinary again for the Marvella. Not the plain pearl stuff. Doesn't really seem to bring a lot. This I can't hit. It's older, so I can't hit on the original listing. But again, this is art glass with rhinestones for 150, 250 for Marvella, which I think is pretty good. Here is a Marvella poodle or dog. We see the dog brooches all the time. You know, if we didn't know that maybe this one had a little bit of extra value, we would just think it was just a normal Marvella brooch. But you can tell by the construction on that. I think any of us would see the back of that brooch and know it's probably worth looking at. The construction was really nice. Here's another Marvella rhinestone brooch. It does have one pearl in it, so I guess it's not totally out of the ordinary, but it doesn't really look like anything terribly spectacular either. And here's another set of that faux jade-ish looking stuff, and it's got the like Egyptian revival feel to it. I think those are blue and those are green, unless the lighting's just funny, but yeah, those are blue. Probably could have maybe even squeezed a little bit more out of that set if I had to guess, but there's the signatures on them. So here's a Marvella. This is like the higher priced one for the faux pearls and just like the ordinary look, I guess. And I'm not sure what the offer was, but it's under 100 bucks probably for the set. So I don't usually pick up Marvella or Richelieu, I think it is. Here's another rhinestone set. What?
Say rich.
I think it's Reich. I think it's Reich because it's a French word, right? So it'd be a
Let
long
me go
I.
see.
I think it's
Let me
Reich.
see what
It's really
translation.
Riche.
I
If
always
it's
call
French,
it
it's riche.
Yes,
Richelieu.
Richelieu.
Richelieu is what I
Richelieu.
usually call it.
No, Richelieu.
Apparently I'm wrong.
It's not rich, it's riche, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richelieu.
Richelieu. Richelieu.
Richelieu is how they say it. Yeah.
Richelieu. So here's the rhinestone set again. So these are just things we don't really think of for that brand, but they did have a nice construction to their. I've never found one of these, but like that backing and stuff's got the rhodium plating. It looks really nice. So I guess think outside the box when we're looking for those things. I purposely chose Marvella because I knew how to say it and spell it. So Lynn got the bad end of that deal. But I told her, so I was honest. Again, these just aren't things you'd think of, but these are the highest selling ones in this brand. So those are the ones I thought we would look at. We all know what the faux pearl ones look like. So I would not have put this out on auction, by the way.
But Carrie, they said diamond.
Well, I didn't say that they were right on their listing.
No, I know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, they're wrong. They also had an exclamation point in their title, which I would also advise against. But
yeah, but I'm surprised that they didn't get blowback on that.
And
maybe
a comma
they did.
and an ampersand.
Yeah, we would never know if they did.
It's true.
This one was super unique looking. It's pretty detailed. So they did have some nice quality, and like look at the back, like very well made. Very well made. I wouldn't have put this on auction either. And then there's milk glass. But their metals and stuff were pretty good quality. And they had some wear to it, but it was good construction. Here is, I think this was the most expensive, just plain one. So not much. I usually leave them behind. But then again, I can't sell a faux pearl, real pearl, any kind of pearl to save my life. So that's just me. I have been listing some honor of pearls and they sell pretty good, but there's another set. So that's not bad. $60 for a set. If you could get $60 out of the set. Still has the tags on it, new old stock. So that is what I had for that. Not really anything too spectacular. I just wanted to know if it was something we should be looking out for with the faux pearls or not, or if I was missing it. But I think they aren't. I don't know. You just have to decide yourself. It's not stuff I look to seek out, I guess. But be careful with the gritting on the teeth thing, because I have ran into those with the fish grit stuff that it's fake, but it's still gritty. So plus, don't put things in your mouth from the thrift store and stuff because it's germy. All right. Anybody have any questions on that? Yeah.
Build your immune system.
I live on a farm, Larry. My immune system's top notch.
So then you shouldn't be worried about rubbing them on your teeth.
People germs are different. They're disgusting. People
Oh, but animals isn't?
Nope, not to me. I'm totally backwards like that. I have no idea why, but animals, they're fine. People are disgusting. Anybody have any questions about that, or sales they want to share, or big finds, or questions? Go for it. Nicole.
You know, I always got questions. It's not really about the Marvella or the presentation. It's actually kind of for Meg. In the last call, you showed us how you looked up that patent on that Alfred Philippe. Is there like any demonstration that either Carrie, you, Lynn, or Meg? I would love to learn how to do that because I've attempted once. I did not spend a ton of time on it, Carrie, I swear. But just to, you know, identify and is that something I should be doing, not doing? It was just interesting and I wanted to know more about that. Jewelrypatents.com, I guess.
Yeah, if you just put this in, it's not too hard to find. The only problem is when you get to it.
Yeah.
When you get to it, it is let me think, companies. There's like no easy way. What were we looking up?
The companies there. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, you just gotta go to company and you gotta scroll. If
So
you
I
know
have
Yeah,
if you know the year, if you did, I did a Google image search and saw other people were saying 1953, and it is sorted by year, so I was able to skip ahead to like I went ahead to the later pages, and I found it that way quicker.
what if
Yep.
you don't know the
yeah,
maker?
that's
A lot of pieces that say patent pending on it. Is that just for the mechanism?
Yeah,
that's
that could just be
probably the
the
mechanism.
the thing. Yeah, don't waste your time then.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah,
Google
but this
Image tells you
has
an idea, and then you could look it up. But you're not gonna sort through all the jewelry patterns trying to find some
Needs
like
to be adding value to
thing.
our item to have
Right.
it.
Right.
so like Trifari has 18 pages, and
Mhm.
it's just about impossible to find them.
Yeah.
Like with my internet,
Hmm.
wow, it actually pulled up real fast. Usually these sit here and load and load and load, and it took me forever for the pictures to even pull up, but it's so annoying.
Like Meg, how long did it take you to find the one you shared? I don't really have a problem finding them. The key is finding the dates. So you know whether it's the later pages or the earlier pages.
Yeah, I did a quick scroll through as I was like watching TV, and then like because I have earrings, right? So I was like kind of looking for the earrings, and I didn't see it right away, and then I was like, wait, okay, let me. I was like, it has to be right because I already knew it was. So then that's why I took the time to like, okay, I looked Google image and then saw 53, and I was like, okay, let me go to that, and then I found it right away, and it was just for the patent actually was for the brooch, but it was exact matching, and then I double checked because I wasn't sure. I asked ChatGPT, and it said, yeah, that's common that it would just have it for the one kind of thing, and I
Yep.
explained that in the listing too.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't search it unless it's gonna, like I said, add value to your item because it is tedious.
How do I know though, Carrie? How do I know if it's gonna add value or not? Because you know right
Well,
off.
well, I don't know right off the bat, but I bet I've searched and included patents in 3 items the whole time I've been reselling.
Okay.
They might have only done it for
So,
2.
yeah. So the
And it's
answer
for
is
and
not
both
very
of them were for
often.
the Alfred Felipe, and it's because I knew because either from scrolling solds or from like I said, just do a quick Google Lens search. If no one else on the planet is just thought it has any value or whatever, then just because it's rare, just because you can't find it, doesn't mean it's cool or doesn't mean it. Or okay, just because it's cool doesn't. Wait, okay, I'm trying to say this. It has to be sought after and rare, not just like some obscure random
Right.
thing and rare. Like my great grandma could have went and made a sweater. That doesn't mean it's gonna sell for big bucks just
Right.
because there's no other one by my great grandma out there.
Mm.
Yep, totally true. I do it for so the really early Coros had some really nice brooches, and so if I really think it's an early like trembler brooch, or if I think it's a really early like quivering camellia type thing, but it's not signed, then I will look up the patent number to see if it was a Coro, and if it's patented as Coro, then I can call it a Coro and include that information, and that adds value. But I'm talking about like if I'm going to sell it for like $300-400, then I will. But like you know, if I'm pretty sure it's a Coro, then I'll go look up the patent so I feel like I can call it one, because I'm not going to call it one just because other people say it is, because people are wrong.
And you'd know the patent number because it's on there and it doesn't have it's an unsigned Coro, but it has a patent number.
Not on the piece though. It could. Some of them do, I think, but not all of them.
Yeah,
It would just be
the
that
ones I've looked
she
up did.
recognized the shape of it from scrolling solds, or if she didn't scroll solds, then like I said, Google Lens it and it'll show up, and because a lot of people will just like say that it's a core without even looking it up, and she's just doing the work to double check to make sure they're right, kind of thing.
Harry, can't you just like make a hard drive of your brain and like put it up for sale? I mean, you would get so many offers.
I just told you what to do.
I know.
You just spend hours and hours and hours researching, and I handle a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
A lot of jewelry, and that's all it is. Like I knew nothing, and I don't even like jewelry. Like I have no affinity towards jewelry at all. It's just a widget to make money to me. So because I feel like that about it, there's no emotion ever involved because it's just about money.
Mm.
So I don't ever think, oh, that's so,
Yeah.
splendid or whatever people think. I think, is that going to make me money? And if it's not, I leave it there. So is it worth my time messing with it is my biggest thing. I'm trying to leave more behind than what I pick up a lot of times, because I'm just not messing with and like I said, with the whole thing of it, when we pick up the item, we need to be thinking, how are we going to market this to our customers? And if it's going to be so generic that it's going to get lost, like layered beaded necklace, I'm not listing them anymore. I'm just not. They get lost because as I've been doing this, don't know if you call it experiment or whatever, but every day looking at my unsolds, some of them are really nice, but they're not selling because I can't get people's eyes on them because they're generically listed, but they're not branded, and I can't get people's eyes on them because how many layered or how many beaded necklaces are on eBay? A lot. And are people even searching that? Probably some, but if there's 10,000 of them, how do I get them to look at mine? So I'm thinking that when I'm picking up the item, am I going to be able to get eyeballs on this? Not just, is it pretty? Is it nice? Is it worth anything? Am I going to get people to look at it, to buy it? And if it's a super saturated thing, like there are some gorgeous beaded cluster earrings out there, gorgeous, but when they're not signed and they're just a generic beaded cluster earring, it's really hard to even get people to see it, to want to buy it. So I'm trying to ask myself that when I pick up the item, is this worth, is this an item that's, I can get eyeballs on? So
Yeah, and when I got those earrings, I bought them knowing that already. Like I knew, I recognized them, and I got them for $2 at the flea market. Like it wasn't like I was at home already and then decided to go down like a rabbit hole for fun.
yeah, we don't buy things with I do. So like I take that back. So I buy locket lots when I feel like there's gold in them. When they don't take good pictures and they're not jewelry sellers, I've been buying a lot of locket lots and I haven't been wrong yet. Cross my fingers. If I can find gold like that for $30, that's most of my scrap gold has been coming from eBay lots. So I do buy hoping I'm right sometimes, but I'm pretty sure I'm right when I do it. And even if I was wrong, I could still sell the lockets. So, but I try to make educated. I used to buy lots hoping. I'd buy lots hoping there was something good in there, or hoping something was going to be signed, or hoping it was, that you can find that gem in there. I don't do that anymore. I don't want to hoard jewelry anymore. I'll share my sales. Well, hopefully other people get theirs up. I don't think I had anything too spectacular this week. This one was a Camaros and cross charm bracelet. I just got 167 pieces of Camaros cross KJL and Nolan Miller in on Saturday, so we'll be listing those soon. But there's that charm bracelet. The charm bracelets sell pretty good. This was in a lot on eBay that I got that had gold in it. Yeah, Meg, was it about that? Should I go back? Or you're just in line? Sorry, I try to catch questions as they happen.
Oh, just
All right. So this one was in a lot on eBay that I got a whole bunch of bangles for. One bangle was actually gold, and then the other ones were a lot like this. So they had that nice, I don't know, raised up Victorian-ish look. I don't think it was Victorian. It's not Victorian, but it looks like that. This is an unsigned brooch, but the construction's really good. I shared that in the last call. It's heavy, super heavy. Just well made. Came from a personal collection. Had a lot of gold tone wear, but it was still pretty neat. And it sold
What
for
is the
$99.
words of your title, Carrie? I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you move that gray bar?
So this is part of those if it doesn't sell in, well, no, this one was one of my original ones.
Heavy. Okay, I couldn't see that last word. I would have totally went down a rabbit hole with that one. Like, what is it? What do I call it? I wouldn't even have thought Art Deco. I would have thought seashell or clamshell or some kind of I would have just been totally lost.
So that whole, I've said that profit first guy is very good about, he says, I don't spend more than, 1 or 2 minutes researching anything. I have no idea what this is. Do I think a good maker probably made this just with the construction? Probably. Do I know who that is? No, but a collector will, right?
I mean,
And
about
it's very well made.
What to keep, like how to even title it. Like
I could have gone down this rabbit hole too, but it wouldn't have mattered. And it wouldn't have paid for itself. Right? So it's Art Deco-ish. It has wear, but it's super heavy. It's got lucite in it. That's all I really know.
Okay.
That's
I get
all
it.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. And it's okay to not know.
I know, I'm learning.
It's okay. It's okay not to know, because I certainly don't know. I could have gone down and probably figured out somebody that made one like it, but it probably wouldn't have mattered. In fact, I think I thought it was a Renaud piece, to tell you the truth. Did I put that? It kind of is reminiscent of maybe a Renaud piece, but I don't know. These sold in like 2 minutes the other day, which made me a little leery, but I looked it up and I'm the highest sold in 3 years, according to Terapeak. So I don't know. Somebody must have been looking for them.
Carrie, you said, did I put that? Did you put what? Did you put it a Renaud style piece, or what were you getting ready to
I
say?
just wondered if I had looked up a patent or anything on that, which I didn't.
Oh, I
I
thought
would-
because I thought the way
No.
you said that, I was like surprised you
Yeah, no.
were saying. Okay, all right, gotcha.
No, I don't ever insinuate something I can't prove.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I thought.
just going to
Okay.
say something. You thought my brain. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
But yeah,
If I look
yeah,
up a
that's what I
patent that
wanted
I
her to
can't prove
finish.
it, but I find one like
Yeah.
it, I will reference the patent or whatever. But I didn't look up one.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Elaborate a little more there. So you
So
said
if I
if
found
you,
a patent that looked like that, or that looked like that showed that construction, I will reference that patent number.
even if it's not the name that you have in the title.
I didn't have any name in the title.
Okay,
So
all right.
yeah,
All right. Yep.
yeah, because
Okay.
I'm not sure. So I didn't put
Okay.
anything.
Thanks.
These were in really nice condition, but still, I don't know. They sold right away for $70, so I'll take it. This had some wear on it, but not terrible. I got this on Whatnot for $1. He didn't flip it over. He didn't show the back, but I knew it was a Trifari swallow. So I was like, sweet, I'll take that for $1. And nobody else in the room,
Find, Carrie, great find.
nobody else knew it was a Trifari swallow either. It was full of jewelry sellers. Nobody bid against me. So got to know what these things look like so that when they come up like that, you're like, oh, that's a Trifari, and snatch it up.
And
This
it's
was
marked
cool,
Trifari.
but she didn't mark, but he didn't turn it over.
Oh, got it.
He wasn't a jewelry seller. I love this necklace. I thought it was super cool. So it was missing the hang down piece in the center. It's supposed to have a like a spider web right here, but it didn't. But I thought it was really cool. I loved it.
Well, that's the cool factor right there.
That is a cool
Definitely
factor.
Halloween. Yeah, definitely Halloween. Yeah.
I would agree.
Mhm.
That had a cool
Mhm.
factor, but I thought it was really neat. It took it a little while to sell, but this just sold high because of the colors. You know, it's just got those color patterns. Just neat. Just a cool set. And here's my ugly face brooch. It also sold within like 3 minutes. So I don't know, somebody must have wanted her. It was Bakelite, and I think I paid $3 for her. She was really ugly.
Well, the lady that brought it looked like it was from Hawaii, so
She must have really wanted it. Yep.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I just priced high and hoped for the best. So it worked out. Those were my over $100 sales this week. I think I had, well, maybe not. Yep, that must have been it. All right, Meg.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. There we go. Okay, so this one took a little under 2 months to sell. I accepted an offer of $50. I was really excited about it though because I had just gotten my new phone and I hadn't figured out how to do like the proper like color and stuff in the photos, and I was like mentally threatening that I was gonna have to redo these photos because they were too cool of looking, like the color was too like blue in the background, and then it sold. I was like, yes. Somebody just got like threaten the listing and then it'll sell, I think. And I got that one at a flea market. It was like a fish lure seller who had a random pile. As I walked by, I saw something shiny and he was selling off, and I got like this for like 2 for $3. This one I showed in the previous call, also at the flea market. And the cool thing about this one is that I have one more. So yay. So that one will hopefully sell soon too. And I paid 25 each. So that was like a lot, obviously. And that one I did take the time to like look up before I bought it too, because yeah, that's a lot for cost of goods. Okay, and this one I'm showing because I have 2 small lots like this. I had another one, an Avon one, because there was one day where I only had like 1 sale, and I was like, oh no, this is not happening. Like, this was last week with Amazon Prime. So I threw a 30% off coupon on my whole store, and the first one I listed was, oh, I don't remember which one I listed first, but I was like, okay, what is going to sell? And the reason I'm showing this is like, ideas of like sales are slow. I was like, okay, all rhinestone craft lots in the past have sold. Let me throw this up. And I actually, the price was like a little higher. I actually threw it, I showed ChatGPT the picture and it said $39.99. I was like, all right, well, I'll try. And it sold in like an hour. And like I said, I had the coupon on though. And I think that prompted like a bunch of sales and it ended up being like my best outside of having big bulk purchases of jewelry where someone has bought like 30 things from me. It was my best sales day ever with 30% off coupon like that.
All of those are
I had-
damaged?
Most are, yeah.
Okay.
Either damaged or they're just not cool enough. Like this, like that purple one is not cool enough to sell by itself. Even that one has like some either yellowing or damage or whatever, but yeah. Okay, and then yeah, same with Avon. I knew Avon was hot, and I could have went there and went like Google imaged all of them, and I was like, no, that's stupid. Let's just throw these up in a lot. Again, like sold in an hour. Happy with that. And yeah, like that day I had like 19 sales, so it worked. Then these are some finds I had from last week. I got these for like $3 or $4 at a local Salvation Army. And I recognize the logo. Honestly, it looks a little bit different than their normal 4G one, so it might be a little keyword spamming-ish, but it's working. People are looking at it, so we're just gonna keep that up for right now. And same store, right next to it were these, and I actually already previously had bought a brooch and pendant that matched it, and I just missed it the first time around, the week before that. And oops.
Hey, Meg, that earring holder that you got, did you cut that or did it come like that for those?
It came like that. I need a new one because it's really
No,
looking raggedy and disgusting. So I need to buy another
that
one.
one's so much better because for clip-on earrings, it's short and it hides the rest of the. It's just good for clip-on. So it's a
Yeah, it's the one I like best. I have to like suck it up because it just annoys me so much to pay. Like they're like 10 or 12 bucks. I'm like, oh, it's a piece of stupid like fake leather on a piece of cardboard. I'm like, why?
Yeah, but
is
it
so
actually looks
expensive?
really good, honestly.
That reminds me, I should write that down to do that. And then these ones we're in the same Salvation Army right next to it, or like right next to the other ones. And again, it was like $4. And I did not know the brand Leslie Black when I bought it, but I took the chance because they're just like pretty big and purple and pretty and ended up being good. So I guess it's a good brand. And then this one I got on Poshmark of all places, and the price is kind of an aspirational price, but we shall see. People are looking at it, and I did send offers. I just thought it was really cool. And I had like a $125 statement credit on Poshmark because basically I like out Karen'd them and complained about a bunch of things, and they ended up just giving me like statement credits, so I shut up, I'm pretty sure. So I was off for that. I do need to redo the title once I like get the offer off of it because apparently it's such a statement. I put statement twice and I didn't even put it in the right place. I wanted to put vintage statement necklace, so if it doesn't sound that offer, we do it.
Meg, I think you have that on backwards. I think the little flower parts need to be facing outward.
Yeah.
They're like heavy though. They don't like. What do you mean backwards?
They don't, like you've got the backs of the flowers showing.
I think so too.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
There.
Yeah, like
it's
that.
Really like that.
No, but then
Well,
okay,
no.
I'll work on it. Maybe it's like twisted up. Oh, okay.
See
I
how
was wondering that because I'm like, oh, the people. I thought that I was like, the people wearing it wouldn't really see the flowers. Thank you. I'll redo that one. Okay. This one also wasn't within my Poshmark credit. And so is this one. So yeah, and I thought about it, and even if I didn't have the credit, because I sent like offers on them and stuff, and it would still be profitable. So the stuff's out there, even on Poshmark, and like this weekend, I had to go to the flea market. I've been going earlier and earlier, and I went to the flea market 3:50 a.m. to 5:50 a.m. And I found so much good stuff. So it's out there. Maybe just go earlier.
With a flashlight?
With my cool neck flashlight. It was awesome. It's double-sided and it goes like 2 levels of brightness and it adjusts. It's so cool. With my fanny pack and my granny cart.
Yes.
Yeah, and unfortunately it was too hot out now. I can't wear my super awesome Spider-Man men's jacket that I borrow out of my inventory when I need to really top off the outfit, because when I did that when it was cooler out, I even got compliments from the t-shirt bros. So
Ooh,
much
man,
so that one guy even gave me a huge discount because he liked my vibe. I was like,
that
oh
sounds
my
like a dude magnet for sure.
God.
Awesome.
Uh,
My one friend, she always tells me what vibe she's feeling today when she sends me selfies, and I'm like, well, that's so nice because mine's like mostly homeless. That's my vibe, like kind of homeless looking. That's my
Carolyn said
vibe.
Meg's Batman utility belt, and yes, just so you know, it is black and shiny too. It's an outfit.
I agree with Meg though. Like, I mean, I do spend hours and hours a week sourcing, but it's like I bought a lot of earrings, a 5 pound lot of earrings off of Facebook Marketplace in a different state that did not offer shipping this week, and it was almost all Christian Dior's. Grandma must have liked Christian Dior clip-ons. 5 pounds, $75. So you just gotta keep looking for it because they're out there. And then I bought the rhinestone. I bought a rhinestone brooch lot off of eBay this week. They were almost all signed, but she didn't show the backs, but I knew what they were because I knew what they looked like from the front. And I think I offered her like $60 for the whole lot, and I think there's 75 of them. She had a huge lot. And then I also bought a lot this week of from that private seller that's liquidating that was in a different state. That she had all the brooches for sale. She's the one that had the 136, and so I cherry picked 25. And then she's going to show me the necklaces, bracelets, and earrings all separately and let me make offers on those too. So she's liquidating her collection. That lady I thought was the 85-year-old. The 85-year-old's the one that's helping her with technology. She's 92 and she's from England.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
The 85-year-old's helping her out with the
Yes.
technology. So it's out there, but I get so many more no's than I do yeses. So I will call 15 to 20 estate sale companies a day sometimes. And maybe I'll get one person to send me pictures and say, yeah, I'll ship to you. You know, I get told no a lot.
And it took me hours and hours, I feel like, to use up I still haven't even fully used up my $125 statement credit on Poshmark from being a Karen. Like, it's A, because people overprice there, but B, like, I don't know. I didn't want to, like, waste it. And
I bought a great lot on
Yeah.
Macari last night. And she posted 2 lots, and I've gotten some great lots on Macari. And make offers. And no, I did not make an offer lower, Kate, for the 5 pounds because $75 was fair, and I could tell they were Dior's. So I was not going to get them looking at them any closer than it was all grandma's jewelry, and they were throwing it in a box. So I was like, I'm not gonna have you digging around looking for any excuse to up the cost. So
And by the way, Karen on the call, I am so sorry. I have foot and mouth disease. As you get to know me more, you'll see that. And I really do mean well. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like make a rude comment that was a joke off of your name, unfortunately. My bad. Sorry.
oh gosh, people should not be so sensitive. I bet she wasn't worried about it.
Well, just in case.
All
Don't
right,
worry
anybody else?
about it. Don't worry about
I
it.
just-
I'm used to that. I
Okay,
told
I'm
my
sorry.
sister
I
was
feel bad for
gonna-
you and all the other Karens of the world now that that's like a term. I'm sorry.
Well, I told my sister I was going to print a shirt and say, yeah, I'm a Karen. What are you going to do about it?
I love it.
My sister goes, you want us to get our ass kicked, don't you? And I said, oh, we can take care of ourselves.
Oh, you're awesome.
What you
I
got,
guess I'll
Lynn?
share a couple of mine. I had this fringe necklace. These are little glass beads. If they were plastic, I probably wouldn't have posted it, but it has a book chain. I just love it. And it sold right away, probably within the week. It didn't sell the first day, but it sold within a week, and I sold it for $40 on offer. And I just thought it was cool. Book chains are always something I pick up, I grab right away. This one I was pretty in love with, and I don't get hooked on jewelry too much, but this one I felt was over $100. It has an old spring ring. This could be questionable because it could be new. So you really had to look at the details of it. I'm trying to find the spring ring. Here we go. Has that old spring ring on it. And it's one like Carrie said earlier. Where's the back? It has open it's rock crystal, and it has the open somewhere. There we go. With the little prongs holding them in. These are like hot right now. And this one I felt was actually from Art Deco
How
time
did you
period.
identify that that's that type of crystal? Did I miss your call on that?
Oh, no, we didn't do a call on it. Rock crystal comes from that time frame, the Art Deco period. If you have a piece that is in that style, you might want to consider looking at the stones a little closer. I can't remember if what it registers on the Presidium, but they just have a different glow to them, almost like a grayish brilliance. I don't know how to explain it.
Definitely one of
If
those
they
things
look
when you feel it, you'll know. Like they do look different. They look brilliance is a
like
good
if
word.
it doesn't have that, if it looks a little different than a rhinestone, just a typical rhinestone, you think there's something different about it. And if
Okay.
you look real close, like quartz has the little imperfections in it. If you use a magnifying glass, you might have quartz. So that's, pretty sought after too. I ended up selling this, going back and forth on offers for 120. So it's lower than I wanted for it, but I'm still pretty happy with 120. This one I thought was a fun one. I learned from the buyer on this one. This was thrown in with a lot of jewelry, and I threw it on my kitchen table, and it was sitting in a bowl on my kitchen table for about 3 or 4 months. And I finally pulled it out and said, I need to clean this bowl out. And I go, oh yeah, I forgot about this. And this has I learned from the guy, it has this that pulls down, which I didn't even know it had. And that made it, and all the other ones listed had this brand on it, and I could not see this on it. So I ended up looking closer and closer and finally found it. Kind of a cool,
Alexa,
kind of a
stop.
cool little piece. So it sold for 100. I think I took a $100 offer on it.
Alexa, stop.
And then I had to show you this one feedback. This was my feedback of the day. I thought it was hilarious. So she gave me a positive, and it was for a morph butterfly pendant, but it was on both sides, which was really cool. I've never seen them on both sides, like two different ones, painted two different ways. Usually it's just one side. She put arrived quickly and was well packaged. I like the piece very much, but it was pictured next to a penny. I thought it was bigger than it is, and I'm happy with my purchase. So I guess if I put it next to what, a quarter, it would have been more noticeable of what it, size it was. The penny threw her off, in other words. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I had someone like tell me that they didn't know, and the question is it was like a special edition quarter. So now I've learned I should just use regular quarters, not to confuse people.
Don't use a bicentennial one, huh?
Nope.
Anybody else have any good finds? Any good sales this week of jewelry?
I've been selling lots of what I was toying between just grabbing a handful because I've got about I don't know, a 20-pound box. A piece of me wants to just sell the whole damn 20-pound box, but I went through and pulled the necklaces out, and then within the necklaces I got the boho looking stuff and I got the crystals, and so I separated them into lots of about 10 to 15 a piece, and I'm trying to sell them that way. And I've sold about 2 or 3 of those lots this week for around $30 a piece. But again, another piece of me wants to say, just screw it and let me just dump it all on my photo bench, 3 inches, 4 inches high, and see if I can get $75 for it or whatever and get it out of here. But
my mental clarity is better when I just say get rid of it. But if you have the patience to do that, you probably make more
Yeah,
money
but
then.
I suspect what's going to happen is, I'll sell one or two here and there, but then 6 months from now, they're going to be discounted to $9, and I would have been better off just dumping them in a pile earlier. I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah,
magic.
I'm not a lot person much either. Meg?
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to be a big a small lot person or whatever, but I felt like I hit a new level of like happiness in my selling when I decided this week, like last week, my evil grandma moved back into town. Yeah, she's evil, grandma. Good, I swear, just trust me on it. But she gave me like a few pounds of her jewelry, and I started like sorting it all out at first in all these different trays of like, oh yeah, pierced earrings and clip earrings. I was like, oh my god, this is so stupid. No, and I dumped them all except I had the rhinestone lot I showed you, and the Avon lot. Everything else went into like a junk lot, and then except for like 2 or 3 pieces I picked out that were actually nice, that she sneakily, or tried to be sneaky, she's bad at it, showed my other cousin first that she like loves the most, and that one obviously doesn't know jewelry because she missed like a Norway sterling piece and gold and 2 pairs of gold earrings, so ha ha ha. So but besides that, it all went in a junk lot, and I was like, oh my god, thank god, because I was just sitting there, I'm like, oh, now I have to, and then because I realized, I'm like, okay, I'm like sorting it out by pierced ears or whatever, and I'm like, no, now I'm having to find the match. No, this is so stupid. No, 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 no. So.
Yep, I agree. I don't have the patience for it, to tell you the truth. And the big ones sell. Like people will buy them lots. Like they'll still pay the whatever poundage per what
Yep.
you have. So
Meg, what are you getting per pound on those larger lots?
I think I'm actually gonna start transitioning into larger lots because I've been realizing that my 1.5 or 2, 3 pound lots, or well, I haven't done 3. I've done like 1.5 or 2 pound lots, and that used to be like my sweet spot. But now they're taking longer to sell,
Yeah.
and sometimes like not getting as good offer or whatever. So I think I'm just gonna start like making bigger ones out of it. And plus, because I'm like, oh, well, when they do sell, and let's say it's even like. So I'll get like $24 for like 2 pounds sometimes or whatever. But I'm still like, oh, that's like after fees or whatever, like that. It's not really great.
So what do you consider bigger?
I think I'll
4
try
or
to
5?
do like I'm gonna combine two. Maybe I'll do like 4 pounds or 3 pounds and see if that's like the sweet spot. Because yeah, the 2 pounds isn't like seem to be cutting it, and partially because of the shipping and stuff, right? So like if I charge $8.98 to ship that or whatever, like because sometimes I'll make like a few bucks on it, but then sometimes like depending where they live, like I lose money. So that's why I do the $8.98, and I know that's a turn off because like in general, no matter what you're selling or what niche, to buy something for $20 and have $8.98 shipping, like who wants to pay that? I personally, as a customer, click out of the shopping cart if that happens to me. So it just, I guess it's just not as, I don't know why, but before they all used to sell in one day. So I'm like, okay, something's happening. And I've been messing around with the titles too. I was like, maybe that changed. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
always
I
a
just
learning curve and it
listed
always changes. I don't know.
I listed one 4 days ago for 4 pounds for $40. I have 9 watchers or 9 views, 1 watcher. So it's sitting.
Yeah.
Because I have tons more I want to list. I'm kind of doing it one by one just to see what works.
Okay, because I'll at least get a lot of
boxes.
views on it. Like I'll have like 100 views or something. Or
Yeah, I get a ton of views on mine too. I use medium flat rate boxes at $10 a pound. I usually that's one of the only things I put no offers on because I know it'll sell full price.
And I've been having up the promotion because I used to only promote them like 5% or 7%. And then this last time I'm like, all right, let me just like hike this all the way up to my like over 15% one because so maybe that's it. Because I was like, okay, is it not selling because I have it at 10.9? Like, I don't know.
Yep, I do it regular promotion, no offers, and it'll sell full price. $10 a pound at medium flat rates. What I usually do.
And what do you charge for the medium flat rate?
The $10 a pound.
Shipping.
Whatever, how much is in there? Oh, for shipping?
Oh, you mean it's free shipping?
No, I pay whatever it is for me to ship it. I do for the flat rate boxes.
What do you charge the customer though?
The actual cost of the flat rate shipping.
Is that under your promo for the $50 over?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha.
Nope, I have the lots are excluded. And it works. eBay's never stuck me with it. So it's only under my shipping policy of the $550.
Do you take returns on your lots, Carrie?
No, but if they want to, they can. I mean, they can take eBay would make me take it if they wanted to. I put no returns, but if they wanted to return it, you know, they'd get to.
But you do put it no returns on lots as is. Okay.
On the
Okey
big
doke.
lots. Yep. My small
Yeah,
lots.
I had a
Yeah.
return on a lot. That's no fun.
Because there was no gold or silver in there, huh?
Well, it was a bracelet lot, so it wasn't. They just said
But
the
yep,
bracelets didn't fit, even though they were all different sizes.
but if you put no returns for a don't fit, they wouldn't have made you pay the shipping, right?
It didn't fit, they would, yeah, I would have to, no, they would pay the shipping.
Yeah,
If they
with
selected
whereas
an
mine,
answer, they would have just possibly just done a 9 ad, and then you have to fight it and possibly had to pay the
yeah,
shipping
that's what I
anyway.
wonder if.
I just keep
Yeah.
returns on for everything and hope for the best.
That's why I said I
So
wonder
far,
if
so
I'm
good.
not shoot myself on that, because then they'd have to force the INAD. I'd have to pay for it anyway. So
Now that I said so far, so good, I'll probably get like 2 today. I have like bad luck, but
No, don't wish that upon yourself.
kind of how that works with me too. Don't tempt the gods. Okay, Crystal, you had, hang on, I haven't pulled up here. I love this necklace. I think that's a cool necklace.
The couple of things overall before I get into specifics. I haven't listed anything in nearly a month, so it's amazing that anything is selling.
what? I thought you were doing so good with your listings. What happened?
I know, and then I stopped. I'll
Oh.
start. I'll start up again soon. I'm been busy working on gathering things together to send to the auctioneer. She's coming in a couple hours to look at what I've got. But anyhow, this necklace, it's been listed for a while. I was tired of looking at it, and the last time somebody was interested, I sent an offer of $50, and a few hours later, somebody paid full price for it. So that was
It looked like
fantastic.
gnarled little hands. They look like little hands. But they're
I
kind of
just said it
cool.
was
I kind of
faux
like it.
coral.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Escada is just one of my favorite brands because you can sell a pair of earrings for $45, sometimes more.
Yep, it's a good brand.
Just like St. John, it reminds me of.
Yep, another good one.
I like when there's sign like that on the back, and I know it's something valuable because then usually the stores or whatever don't bother to open the clip or whatever. Because like that pair of the 4G I don't know how to say Givenchy whatever earrings, they were like that. Where I was like, ha ha ha, you guys didn't see it.
Yeah.
The hidden maker mark.
I thought there was one more.
I only saw 2, but that doesn't mean anything.
I see another one.
Was it hang on. There you go. Here I go.
The
I must have
ring.
missed the one. Was it the one in the middle? Did I miss one in the middle?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it pulled up. Do you have it,
Sure.
or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it was another Avon collaboration. This one with Liz Taylor was listed for $95. I got an offer of $81 and took it.
Very nice,
also is a
easily
good brand.
readable.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. What was it? Is it acrylic? Or is it glass?
You know, I don't remember.
It's
Glass.
glass.
Yeah.
Like a flawed ruby. Yeah. Nice.
Yep, it's cool.
So that's it for me.
Good job, especially for not listing. It's always good to sell stuff when you're not listing. I've been going through that big lot I got this weekend, and I feel like you guys, when you're talking about sorting through lots, and some of them I'll like go and list something, and then I realize, oh, I had a bracelet and a necklace, or bracelet and earrings, or whatever. I'm just listing them separate. I'm not gonna go back and redo the listing. They can, I don't like sorting either. I hate getting boxes of jewelry and then have to sort them. But part of our jobs, isn't it?
My
Anything
husband
else?
sold he sold a pair of glasses, gold filled old wire rimmed glasses. He just listed them this morning and sold them immediately for $37.99, and he's like, "Oh, must underpriced." And but I
somebody was
looked at
just
them up. It was like a hexagon shaped frame. Not that they really keep the glass, I don't think, but it's about the same prices that the other ones were going for. So
I might just have that saved as a search.
yeah.
All right. Any other questions, comments, colorful remarks? Nicole.
Well, Nicole.
Hi. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Gonna share my screen real quick. Okay. Oops. Wait. Sorry. Coming. Screen. Start broadcast. Live and in color. Okie dokie. So I know it's not going to make me a ton of money, but this was a broken Coro confetti lucite thermoset, whatever you want to call it. I made them into little stud earrings. I just thought they were so cute because I wanted a pair of earrings like that. And then I just kept going. So I don't know. What would you pay for a pair of those?
$14.99. I know Carrie'd throw them in a scrap lot.
But they're cute. Like I'm thinking New Year's Eve with a sparkly dress, I
mean, I personally like confetti lucite, and I have like bought myself a coral confetti lucite bracelet before. I mean, it was too big, but I'm just saying that people do like confetti lucite.
Right? I love it.
But they don't have to say the coral on the back, so you lost that. I mean, you can say it in the listing that you made it from there. You could say like repurposed or whatever, but on the back you can tell it's like homemade. Nothing wrong.
Right.
Maybe just sell them as a lot. Put all of them together up for $14.99. Or
no, I'm keeping a pair for me.
Okay, how many were there? 3 pairs then? I didn't even see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Sell all 3 together, maybe?
I don't think somebody would want all 3 pair.
I don't know, but by one, I mean 1 pair is $5, and that's not what their time listing.
Would you be able to put them with a coral bracelet or something?
Yeah, it was a Coro, snap fold over clasp that were missing 2 of these. So I was like holding on to it forever thinking, okay, well, once upon a time I'll find the other 2. And I was like, you know what? I really like that color because it's got like green and black and like, I could see it if I ever got a date to go somewhere like where it would. Yeah.
Do you have any other coral confetti lucite pieces in general?
Oh, I have so much broken stuff, you guys. Like I
throw
wanted
it in a lot of it with other confetti lucite pieces, then broken or not broken. That'll make it sell.
Yeah.
Nicole, you might be able to promote it as a girls' night out since they're all the same, like a bachelorette party type deal.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants a pair, I'd be happy to send them to you for free because you guys have helped me so much. So anyway, I'm keeping one for myself, but if anyone wanted, because I tried the clip-ons, but they hurt my ears for some reason. Like I have pierced ears, so I've always admired, and some of them just, they hurt. The clip-ons.
They really do. Those women were stronger back in the day. I don't know how they did it.
Right?
Yeah.
And those are cute. I love them, but unfortunately my ears, I don't know what happened. I got like weird allergies or something in my old age now. Like I can't even wear like pierced ears anymore. They turn bright red and I don't know.
Well, they are stainless steel.
Doesn't matter, like gold, like solid gold makes my ears turn red. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, no. These are just from a hair kit, but I made sure to get stainless steel. Okay. All right. Just wanted to get y'all's opinion. It was fun. It was very therapeutic.
I think confetti lucite's pretty too.
Carrie, it took me all of 5 minutes, just FYI. Well, actually, no, full transparency, 7 minutes because it took me 2 minutes to get the glue off my finger.
What kind of glue did you use?
Yeah, I used my Gorilla Glue because there's no rhinestone there, and they already have a little bit of yellowish tint, so I figured it couldn't harm. But rhinestones, I won't use the Gorilla because it yellows, like Carrie said, eventually.
It
Is
does.
Gorilla Glue one of the ones that like over time it's gonna like melt or get messed up though?
I've only heard from Carrie that it'll turn rhinestones yellow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There was someone else. Oh, maybe it was like in that repair group on Facebook where they were saying people were like saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna use." Oh, I know that people were trying to reattach like clip-on back, so that I mean that's more like harder to stay together than that. But like, yeah, the ladies were like, "No, don't do that because the woman stands outside in the sun too long, it's gonna like melt and it's gonna fall apart."
Well, this is the
So maybe-
gel. This is the Gorilla Glue gel, clear gel.
Yeah, she was saying any kind of super glue, like don't do that. So
Oh.
I was just saying like maybe that supports selling them in a lot or selling them in like a craft lot just in case, so you don't get like a bad review of like they fell off my ear and I was standing in the sun.
Like shoe rot. Yeah. Like when shoes fall apart.
Yeah.
All right. Yes,
I don't
I
know.
agree, Russell. Here, I'll kick you off. Crystal, did you have your hand up again? Or is that from before? Wagner had a baby. I saw it for a minute. Must have been from before. Larry, no jewelry sales this week? No jewelry buys this week?
No jewelry buys. It was actually I did get a really big gaudy white rhinestone thing, and let me see if I can find it. It's for $2. I mean, but it's no name, no brand. It's gonna go for, maybe 30. That was about it. My sourcing has been really funky lately. I'm trying to go more business to business, and I've been spending more time on the phone than actually sourcing. And this weekend was filled with personal stuff, so I had a really bad sourcing week. I made a mistake of spending my, where do I go at 7 a.m. estate sale prep was for a independent one that was advertising signed, autographed, vintage, first edition books. And I don't know a whole lot about it, but what got my attention is it was a private sale and it was for medical reasons and it was advertised everything's going cheap. And I made the mistake of spending the first 5 minutes looking for autographs in these stupid books while the guy that went into the back bedroom got all the gold. He pulled out about 10 gold pieces that the guy charged him $1 a piece for all the gold. It's like, damn. So anyway, I did get one signed book that's going to be worth about $50, but I don't know books. Yeah, I should have stayed in my lane. But I didn't know that jewelry was in the back room.
First thing I ask when I walk in is, hey, you got any jewelry? Where's it at? So that
Yeah.
I'm the person in the room hoarding the jewelry. Because sometimes they do pick it. They stick jewelry in weird places. It's either right up front or it's clear back in a cove somewhere.
Or a full
Yeah.
quick scan of the whole place real quick before you start really
Well, I
getting
knew
in.
that the wall of books was going to be filled immediately, and it was. Because right behind me in line, I was number one in line again, and behind me were probably 7 or 8 book people.
I don't know enough about autograph stuff. I just
I was all excited because I got like 5 or 6 books with autographs. Unfortunately, all of them but one were from, "Hey Bob, happy birthday," right? Not from author to guy standing in line at a book signing. There was only one of those, and anyway.
I went to a flea market or a picker's market and this past weekend, and it was very scarce with vendors and with jewelry people because it was so hot. And they said July and August is always the months that they slack, the vendors slack on. So I was getting desperate, and the first lady I went to had jewelry jars, and she had 10 and $15 on them, so they weren't bad price, but they weren't real big. And I bought one because I seen a couple pieces in one that I thought I could sell, make $25 on. So I just bought that one. And then I went through the whole place and I ended up coming back to her and I made a deal on like 5 of them and brought them home. I ended up with 35 pieces altogether out of everything I bought, mainly because of them jewelry jars. So it wasn't too bad, but that'll last me 2 days, 2.5 days. It's already been listed, and I did find a cool coral brooch. If you can see this.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And I picked that up for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that was individual. You cannot hardly read coral, but we were out in the sunlight and I caught a glimpse of the little coral.
Some
She
of them
had
are
all
really
of
weird.
her, yeah, they're almost like sanded off, from
Mm-hmm.
years and years. And she had some beautiful rhinestone brooches, but they were $14 or $18 and $28. And I mean, they were probably worth 30 to 40 at the most. I just couldn't pay that. But she had this one for $5 or $6, and I bought another one for $5 or $6. So I was, happy with that rather than paying 14 or 28 or whatever it was.
No, that's great. Hey, it's Carrie with Reseller Revenue. Just wanted to come on and let you know if you'd like to see more of this, if you'd like to see more of my daily calls Monday through Thursday, and you'd like to participate, please go to Reseller Revenue Patreon group, and that's how you join our Facebook group also, is through that link. And you can join our morning calls, which we meet every day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we have other calls afterwards, like we have shoe call, a clothing call. We have a bunch of different kinds of calls. Also, the jewelry call that I do with Finds of Yesterday is on Tuesday mornings following the morning call. And also, you can get information on how to get personalized one-on-one coaching for an additional fee. From me, we'll review your store. We'll go through different ways you can improve your listings. So I'd love to have you. Please check out Resell Revenue on Patreon.